Welcome into the Lakers Report. I am Chase Sr. We kick off today's show by bringing you the latest on LeBron James. 4 games left in the regular season for the Lakers, and the purple and gold could really use LeBron back in the lineup. Are they going to get into the playoffs? Are they going to be forced to play in the play-in? We will see. But according to Shams, LeBron is expected back either Tuesday night against the New York Knicks, a huge game, or against the Rockets on Wednesday, another big game for the Lakers. Now, LeBron has missed the last 4 games. He returned to the lineup from that high right ankle sprain back 2 Fridays ago against the Sacramento Kings, then left that Sunday game against the Raptors, and we haven't seen him since. This is what Chris Haynes had to say in addition to that Shams report, because there are conflicting reports that LeBron's ankle, a little worse than what people are thinking. Or he also looks great. This is what Chris Haynes had to say. Lakers star LeBron James has had 2 really good days of workouts at a high level and feels, quote, great. He plans to return Tuesday against the Knicks or Wednesday against the Rockets. If you're excited to have LeBron James back in the Lakers lineup, get into the comments right now and type me. I'm going to hit me like multiple different times because I've missed seeing LeBron play. I know Laker Nation is missing LeBron in the lineup, and they are in a precarious spot with the potential looming that they're going to have to be in that play-in tournament, and they're going to need LeBron James healthy and on the floor to have any chance of making a run in the Western Conference playoffs. Now, this is what Woj had to say on Saturday about that LeBron ankle injury, and this is why some people are just so confused as to what is going on with the King. Woj, the concern for the Lakers right now, that right ankle of LeBron James that kept him out for 6 weeks, has put him out again. This is not going to get a lot better. He's going to have to play with some discomfort in the postseason. It's not going to have to be until the summer. So there's an even greater load on Anthony Davis here, but the question still remains of how effective LeBron James can be. That was Woj's report. Anthony Davis has seen LeBron play up close and personal. He's seen him work out. He's seen him try to rebound from this ankle injury, and this is what he had to say. What I saw from LeBron today, he'll be fine. Trust me, he'll be fine. Well, we're riding the seesaw here. Conflicting reports. Everybody has one thing to say that's on one side of the spectrum, or it's on the total opposite side of the spectrum. For me, I'm confused. And if you're watching this saying I'm confused as well, we're in this together. What I will say, though, I'm very, very intrigued because I could see this playing out in a few different scenarios, right? LeBron comes back, is miraculous, is magical, and is the bionic man that LeBron James is, and the Lakers are able to make a deep Western Conference playoff run. Or they're forced to play in the play-in tournament. LeBron James is clearly hobbled. The Lakers aren't anything near 100%, and they either lose in the play-in tournament or early on in the playoffs. Going to be fascinating to see how all of this plays out. If I could lean one way or the other, look, we know that drama has always followed LeBron James everywhere he goes. I'm going to side with Anthony Davis, not with Woj, and I think LeBron is going to be just fine, and I think he's going to be able to carry the load and carry this team through the gauntlet of the Western Conference. Are you confused like I am? Because you see what Chris Haynes says, then what Woj says, and then what Anthony Davis says, and I'm like, what do we even believe? Because back a couple weeks ago, LeBron is saying that his ankle is never, ever going to be 100%. Who the hell knows? I know that I'm confused. If you're with me, get into the comments, type Y for yes or type N for no. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Newsbreak. And whenever LeBron James returns to the floor, you can be notified thanks to the Newsbreak app because you get all of your local news on one single feed from all of your local news sources if you go to chatsports.com/LakersNB and download the Newsbreak app right now. This is a fantastic app that I use every single day. So for those of you living in Los Angeles, Redondo Beach, Orange County, Malibu, you can put your specific zip code into the Newsbreak app, and basically everything that's happening in your respective neighborhood, you get updated on it. Also, one of the great things is the Lakers Report is on the Newsbreak app as well, so you can either watch this show on YouTube, you can watch it on the Newsbreak app, and you can find out what's happening with your local news, crime, politics, weather, pop culture. That is the beauty of the Newsbreak app. Basically, everything you want to stay on top of, the Newsbreak app does it for you. So once again, chatsports.com/LakersNB. Download the Newsbreak app right now. I'll be sure to put this link in the comments as well as the description. If the Lakers do have to play in the play-in tournament, there are a few different scenarios in which that could happen. And Mike Trudell, who is the Lakers reporter for Spectrum, broke everything down and simplified it for everybody prior to the Lakers' win on Sunday against the Phoenix Suns. Here are some of the play-in scenarios for the Lakers compared to the Portland Trail Blazers, who they are neck and neck with in the Western Conference standings. If Portland, currently 6th right now, and holds the tiebreaker after beating the Lakers on Friday, goes 4-0 or 3-1, they lock up the 6th seed regardless of what the Lakers do. If Portland goes 2-2, the Lakers have to go 5-0. Meaning they have to win their next 4 games, because once again, this was sent out prior to Sunday's game against the Suns. If Portland goes 1-3, the Lakers have to go 4-1. If Portland goes 0-4, LA will have to go 3-2. So that's a simplified breakdown of the play-in scenarios with the Portland Trail Blazers, who, man, that was a huge game on Friday night, and we'll get to it here in just a second. Lakers drop it, putting them in this situation right here. Will the Lakers be in the play-in tournament? Get your votes in the comments section. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings to see where the Lakers are and where they might fall. Jazz, Suns, Clippers, Nuggets, Mavericks, all in those 1 through 5 spots. This is where the Western Conference standings really gets interesting. Blazers at 39-29. They own the tiebreaker after Friday's win over the Lakers. The Lakers in 7th place, 38-30. If they do remain in 7th place, that means they're in the play-in tournament with those 7 through 10 teams, which are as followed: Lakers, Warriors, Grizzlies, as well as the Spurs. So Lakers 38-30 right now. This is why they really need LeBron James back in the lineup. But I'll tell you this, if Anthony Davis continues to ball like he did over the weekend, the Lakers in a much better spot. We saw Friday against the Blazers and on Sunday against the Suns the potential, the beauty, the magic of Anthony Davis against the Blazers in a massive game that the Lakers did fall to. 36 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, went 12 of 23 from the floor. Most importantly, in these 2 games, he's really just starting to look healthy, coming back from that calf and Achilles strain. You didn't think that he could get much better than that Blazers game. He did it against the Phoenix Suns on Sunday night, sending ripple waves throughout the rest of the NBA. 42 points, 12 rebounds, 5 dimes, 13 of 27 from the floor, and Anthony Davis was balling out like an MVP. And I love his mentality, I love how he played, and I loved how AD was able to silence some of the haters and the distractors out there. Because after that Mavericks loss last week, or the Clippers loss, Anthony Davis suffered that back injury. He looked like he re-injured his leg, and everybody's saying, this is why Anthony Davis isn't a top 5, top 10 player. This is why he isn't an MVP player, because he's so brittle. What does he do? Comes back with back-to-back massive performances in huge spots. The most important thing for AD and the Lakers, though, he's looking healthier and healthier. Faster, quicker, more bouncier, more athletic, and looks to just have his legs underneath him. That's why he was able to shoot 50% in both of those games. And without LeBron James in the lineup, this is why the Lakers went out and got AD, because they realized, especially at this point when LeBron is 36 years old, he's not going to be playing like an MVP every single night. But if you can have a lethal second option like Anthony Davis, that solves a lot of problems. AD has been that without LeBron in the last 2 games. Also, this was do or die mode for the Lakers. If they go 0-2 in these games instead of 1-1, they're in a much worse position. And once more, this is AD's potential right here. This is why everybody is so high on him, and this is why those haters and detractors get so frustrated with him being brittle, because they see that on Friday and on Sunday, he's capable of lighting the league on fire and being incredibly dominant in doing so without those injuries. My man can be a generational superstar, which is what he has been when he's been on the floor throughout his entire NBA career. One-word reaction to AD balling out over the weekend. Leave your one-word reaction in the comment section below. I'm going needed, because the Lakers absolutely needed it, and for AD, he did too. Make sure you subscribe to the Lakers Report. We're well past 35,000 subscribers, and the road to 36,000 subscribers is on. I challenge you to hit that big red button down below or go to youtube.com/LakersTV and subscribe right now because we want to continue to grow Laker Nation. And also, as we approach the play-in, with the playoffs on the horizon, we're going to continue to cover this team ad nauseum. And with the NBA draft in late July, we're pushing out NBA draft prospect profiles and free agency here at Chat Sports. It gets insanely wild. All the moves that the Lakers make, hey, you'll see it right here on the Lakers Report. So for now and in the future, subscribe to the Lakers Report today. If you want to chop it up and talk hoops too, give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. I made it easy for all of you to give me a follow and DM me. It's the same handle on both social media platforms. I love when people reach out to me to talk ball, so do so right now, and I look forward to it.